Thank you for joining the Global Engagement Symposium. We are CG5, also known as CG Jackson High $5 Footlong. We were paired with the Costa Rican Humanitarian Foundation. Our CG members included Katie, Julian, Hannah, Olivia, James, Isabel, Emmanuel, and myself, Ina. We want to give a warm shout out to Julian, Olivia, and James for joining us in the first semester for our CG work, and the rest of us you'll be hearing from us in this presentation.
The Costa Rican Humanitarian Foundation was founded in 1997 by Gail Nydstrom to help at-risk populations in Costa Rica, and it is tightly interwoven with the low-income community of La Carpio and the general Santa Ana area. Throughout our time with CRHF, we have seen them feed hundreds of families, build health clinics for Indigenous populations, provide rent relief and housing aid, host counseling, tutoring, arts, and sports, and support for refugees and the homeless. CRHF works on the ground and flourishes with local and international volunteers. They are a haven of support, giving all they have to Costa Rica's most vulnerable populations.
We spent a significant portion of our internship helping Gail prepare her book, Out of the Labyrinth, for publication. In Out of the Labyrinth, also known as the Street Kids book, Gail tells the many stories of how she met and helped the many homeless children for whom the foundation has become a new home. Our role involves proofreading, editing, and more generally, providing feedback on the draft. We also researched potential publishers and drafted a publication proposal where we included some of our favorite chapters of the book. Gail was also inspired by our feedback, and she decided to write a foreword and an afterword. Ever since, she has continued to work on her draft, and she's hoping to get it published soon.
We were also in charge of completing some business-related tasks on behalf of CRHF. Some of these included editing the annual report, which was a big task. The annual report is sent out by Gail to the donors and to anybody that has stakes in the organization, because it provides them information on what the business or what the organization has been doing. We also edited the spiral model and made it so that it was more colorful and easier to read and interpret. We also worked on the donor letter, which Gail asked us to create so she can edit it for each donor, and it's individualized so that she can edit for the amount that they sent in and what that amount is going to be used for. And we also constructed a COVID message that Gail can put on the website that says how they have been working throughout COVID.
For fundraising, we helped create a GoFundMe for the CRHF. Recently, the vehicles that the CRHF were using broke down. We found pictures, wrote a description for the fundraising page, and created detailed directions for the CRHF to use to make the GoFundMe. This page will be able to help raise the funding needed to buy new, reliable vehicles that will be used to distribute food, transport patients for medical care, make visits to prisoners, and deliver toys and supplies for Indigenous children living in remote areas, and many more things.
Another one of our goals was to help the Costa Rican Humanitarian Foundation to expand its presence on social media. And to accomplish this, we decided to create a YouTube channel. We added a playlist with selected videos of the organization that showcase the foundation's work and mission. We also translated from Spanish to English and captioned 10 new promotional videos where the CRHF beneficiaries share their experiences. And last, we made a video report that explains how the foundation has adapted its operations during the COVID-19 pandemic.
So throughout our global engagement experience, we have 3 reflections as a group. First, we really realized the importance of communication and teamwork within ourselves as a CG team and between Gail, our CG supervisor. Second, we realized so much work for NGOs happens behind closed doors that you only see the end result of. And third, there is a huge potential for small organizations like the Costa Rican Humanitarian Foundation to change the world. They do so much work with such little resources, both material and financially, that their presence is immense.
So now a little more about the founder and director, Gail Nystrom. She's one of the reasons why CRHF is so special. She came to Costa Rica in 1978 as a Peace Corps volunteer. She stayed and started CRHF in 1997. As a group, we were able to read her book, Out of the Labyrinth, and it has tales of struggle and grief, as well as the resilience of the street kids and her dedication to them. Gail gives everything she has to those in need, opening her heart and her home and giving her last penny. We were able to work with her directly as the organization isn't that big, and we saw firsthand how busy and dedicated she has been to the people of La Carpio. Gail is taking people to doctor's appointments, delivering food supplies, and meeting with Indigenous leaders. She goes above and beyond with everyone she meets and truly listens and loves the people that CRHF helps. From her, we have all learned the change one person can make.
Now, concluding our global engagement internship experience, we want to thank a couple people. First, we want to thank Gail for her wisdom and inspiration through this entire process. We want to thank Ariel and Adam, our collaborative group facilitators, for their leadership and support over these last 2 semesters. And finally, we want to thank our GSIs, Clary and Lisa, and our instructor, Benji, for organizing this amazing experience and for their guidance through everything. Thank you all for watching our presentation, and we hope you have an amazing rest of your day.